The mailbag. All right. The question of the day in the mailbag had to do with finger picking. And a reminder, if you don't know how to finger pick the right way, I'd like you to try this and experiment with it. But really, all you have to know is that your thumb is responsible for strings 6, 5, and 4, known as the bass strings. Your first finger is responsible for string number 3, second finger for string number 2, and third finger for string number 1. And it's pretty much very fixed that way. The only time you're going to bring your first finger up is if you have to help out with more than one bass note simultaneously. But a great way to practice this, just in general terms, is just to even hit the strings open. Make sure your thumb is a little bit closer to the neck than your first finger, so that if you were to hit both strings simultaneously, they wouldn't hit it, they would not run into each other, they wouldn't hit each other. And then just practice going 6, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1. That way you practice your thumb changing between the bass strings and your first 3 fingers hitting the first 3 strings. Then maybe reverse that. Maybe go 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, etc. That would sound like this. And then you can try that with all the different chords that you know with your left hand. You can voice out, say a G major and try it. And then come up with a bunch of different patterns. So I think I've gone over that in previous shows, but if not, I really want to hammer that home, because what I do notice is I get a lot of questions regarding finger picking for songs like Wheel in the Sky by Journey, or etc. You know, I don't know, variety of songs. But I noticed it with my own students, the private students that I do teach, a lot of them will start off trying to finger pick the right way, and then they'll forget to really pay attention to what's going on with their right hand, and all of a sudden you look down and their first finger's doing everything. So be real diligent, and the best way to do that is to practice a bunch by just hitting those set patterns of, you know, like I said, 6, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1, etc., until your fingers really get comfortable knowing what their assignments are. And once you get that down, that's going to be really good for you. Then you'll be able to learn a variety of songs, everything from Blackbird to Babe I'm Gonna Leave You by Zeppelin to, you know, any kind of classical song you want to learn, whether it be Minuet or whatever. So the point being, learn it. You need to do this stuff, and you need to get more accurate with it. So go ahead and check that out, and let's move on to the next section. Riff of the show. Like I said, I'm going to hit you guys out to some Rush. First, I want to address what War Jockey had said. War Jockey had posted on the message board that he was wondering if I was going to do the triangle solo for Closer to the Heart. So real quick, I'll show you how that goes. Just for you, War. It goes like this. And there you have it. But more importantly, let's go ahead and learn Closer to the Heart. This is the riff I was telling you about that's one of my favorite by Rush. They have so many great songs, and the guitar player was, I think, very underrated, because there was a lot of guys like Van Halen and Randy Rhoads and all those guys out when Rush was around, but when they were around in the early days, I should say, because they are still around. But amazing guitar player, amazing with his tones, different textures, different moods. Different guitars. You know, you use acoustic, nylon string, electrics. Just a burning guitar player, and there's so many great guitar lines to be learned by Rush. I think I learned probably 40% or 50% of their tunes at one time, if not more. And it was a big part of my rock and roll upbringing and my rock and roll guitar chops was to learn Rush tunes. So if you haven't hipped out to them, go ahead and check out some of their other songs and go back and learn them. They're great. But today we're going to do Closer to the Heart. Remember, we have tablature available for this, so you can click on the tab icon. That'll give you the tablature. And with this, notice in the tablature I put the picking arrows. And I really want you to pay attention to that, because there's some great picking techniques to be developed here if you follow the right picking motions. So pay attention to that. And play the whole thing slow and really clean before you try to go real fast with it, obviously. This is definitely something you want to play more accurately than more fast and sloppy. So take it slow, get it clean and accurate, and then build your speed up with it. I think you're going to dig this. And this also sounds good not only on electric guitar, but also on acoustic guitar, as well as 12-string. It sounds really cool. So remember to download the tab. Here's the riff. I'll play it for you, and then I'll give you the close-ups, and then you guys need to get to work. So here we go. let's take a closer look at that. Regular speed and slow. What a great riff, huh? I definitely want you guys to learn it, and I want you to learn it accurately. Pay attention to the picking patterns, and the sound that I used on it was a clean sound with a little delay, a little verb, and a little chorus. So you might want to try that, but also experiment playing this on your other guitars. If you have an acoustic, try it on that, or a nylon string. Sounds very cool, but just really get into it this week and try to make it real accurate and real clean, like you always do. As far as the hammer-on exercise, I want you to go over that, and if you come up with your own patterns, if you try that same exercise in a different key, totally cool, but try to work on it and get your hammer-ons really clean. And then also play around with the sound advice stuff we talked about. You're going to want to come up with your own combination of what sounds. You can try different levels on all the effects and things like that. Try and put them in a different chain. Maybe put the phaser last so that the verb's getting phased and things like that. So play around with the sound advice section. Definitely get creative with it and post it on the message board if you come up with something cool. And then the finger picking, make sure you start wiring that. And the reason I talk about the finger picking, I told you already, was I see a lot of people doing it wrong, but also that may be a little hint to you that maybe we've got some finger picking coming down the pike here in the next few shows. So wire all that stuff, and until I see you back here next time on the Ultimate Guitar Show, peace out, have a great week, we'll see you next time.